This is Lexicon's Games. Today I am once again showing off the Birdigo demo. If you have the time to play this game, you need zero money to play it. So I strongly recommend playing it if you have the time. It is a game about words and also math multipliers, commonly compared to Scrabble and Balatro. I am going to hit play, and as you can see in the demo, I do wish it would keep the settings. It doesn't do that. I have to change the settings so that you can see the full screen. Windowed on, 1600 by 900. Back. Options. We have the music volume down. We're going to have the ambiance volume down, and the special effects at normal and music a little bit lower. Okay, back to where we were. This is a demo. A demo means that it is a game that doesn't yet have all the features. It is a free version. It is meant to entice you to buy the game. The full game is out on July 30th. I have put in an unforgivable quantity of time playing this game, and I hope to show you why I am so enthusiastic about it. Our migration is Swainson's hawk from Denver to Buenos Aires. That's a very valiant hawk. We get the classic deck. We notice that some letters are white. The speckled letters are a little bit harder, and the gold letters are hardest. We have one asterisk, which is a wild card. One of the things we will be doing as we play is increasing the number of wild cards. We will also be particularly increasing the E's, but increasing the number of vowels, and we will be enhancing all of our cards. Other decks can be harder. I think the pirate deck is particularly amusing with all these R's. If you played the pirate deck enough, I assume you would have to specialize. You would be haunted in your dreams by words that contain a lot of R's. Our path has 14 stopovers. Each stopover has a target and a reward. We hit the target by playing letters that are scored by a multiple of flaps and power. We get 1 flap per white tile, 2 per speckled, 5 for gold, 10 for platinum, and 20 for diamond. Our power multiplier is based on the word length. We want to write at least a 5-letter word, preferably 6. And obviously we won't be doing that with these letters, so we will discard. We got a wild card. That is very helpful in reaching the 6 letters. I'm just going to get rid of WITHER. There we go. A 6-letter word has a multiple of 4, which gets us the distance. More than the distance. I don't know that getting you more than the distance gets you any benefits. You get to pick a feather. Feathers you hold, and they modify your experience. I believe that this Talon's feather is the most powerful feather in the game, and I am happy to have it. There's another one called Coatl that helps enhance your deck as you go along. That is also a great one to start the game with. STR. When you are holding consonants, think of them in terms of syllables. STR is one of the few 3-letter syllables. Now, if this was P-E-T, oops, later, blast, B-L-A-S-T-E-R. Let's play some science fiction. And it did accept that word. That's great. You can see how having an extra letter in your hand makes a huge difference. For choosing letters, I choose vowels over consonants. I prefer to get a wild card. I prefer any vowel other than U or I. My favorite letter is E, based on my Scrabble knowledge. In the Scrabble deck, there are more E's than any other letter. For good reason. E is the most common letter in the alphabet. I don't know many words that have two M's, so I will discard those. We did get our asterisk again. 30 O-D-D-I-T-Y. Oddity. Let's see how that scores. That brings us halfway to our goal. The QXZ is always a huge strategy question. Here I am not keeping it because we're already halfway to our destination. Of course, I get a U immediately afterwards. Now, if I run out of discards and I hit the discard button, it will ask me if I really want to forfeit, which I don't. Prout, F-O-U-N-T-S. That'll be 28. That will get us there, barely. And now, as a reward, we get to pick a card, the Kookaburra. I want to add 2 copies of the wild card to the deck, so I will hold the Kookaburra until we next get the wild card. That's a pretty obvious set of discards, but of course we get only vowels. L-O-A-D-E-R. That'll be okay. Will get us now only a third of the way. We would really like to write a 7-letter word. Even with 8 letters in our hand, that is going to be a challenge. C-H-A-N-G-E-T. But we wrote a 7-letter word, and the reason we wanted to write a 7-letter word is that the multiple is 10. And that gets us the distance. Now, you'll see as we play more words of a specific length, the multiplier will go up. We've actually played more 6-letter words than any other type of word. We have 10 seeds, which are based on the amount of words left at the end of each round. Here's the coatl that I was talking about before. I will add that. You'll see we have 5 feather spaces. Normally I would add this 2, but I want to get flaps and power. And I am not going to be able to add power. So we will add speckled letters. Now, the reason we want to balance our addition of flaps and power is because of mathematics. Imagine if you had a 5 flaps times 10 power hand and you could add 5 power. You would get 5 flaps times 15 power and you would score 75. But if you had 5 flaps times 10 power and you added 5 flaps, you would get 10 flaps times 10 power and you would get to 100 instead of 75. And that is math. That is part of the math of this game. In some ways it is simpler than Scrabble. In other ways it is not. We are waiting for our wild card, but we might as well make 2 letters speckled. W-O-O-D-E-D. That's a 6-letter word. We played 2 enhanced letters, and we did fine. We had 3 words left. We got 3 seeds. Persuasive, pterosaur. None of these are good. I will take the Y because I might actually be able to end a word in Y. do not expect to use the PT. I might have kept the PT just to sell it because it was a rarer word that would therefore sell for more at the store. I need vowels in this hand. F-I-R-S-T. Did not get them. Let's see what this does. 42. You could end a word in Y. Let's see if what happens when we do that. W-O-T. I don't think this is a word. When we play a word that's not a word, we get a red X. I assume that if you get to 3 red X's, you lose the game. So I am going to get rid of duty. D-U-T-Y. Sometimes short words can score a lot if you have the specific feathers. And here you'll see we scored a lot with just a 4-letter word because we activated the correct feathers. Getting +1 hand size will make this game even easier. It will also make it more likely that we get the wild card. And we did. So now we add 2 copies of that wild card. Can we use the J and the F? Joofing. I don't think we can. J-A-I-L-S. 1 enhanced word. Jabbers would be 2, but we can't really write jabbers, so we'll play this. I don't think it'll get us to 150. We did enhance a letter. Got us halfway. Now with 2 wild cards, we should be able to write a 7-letter word, which would do it. It could end in ing, messing, messing, mapping. Alright, there we go. 7 letters gives us a 10 times power. We have 160 flaps. And we've got 2 seeds left over. The choice between the A, the S, and the N. These are all good words. I'm going to pick an S. Sometimes I would pick an N. The S is a valuable letter in Scrabble and in this game because it increases your word length by 1. Okay, we have 3 R's. Let's see what happens after this discard. That was not very good. But we did get an S. There. Now, this is one of the many cases where having E be very helpful. And I only have a few discards left, so I'm going to go for broke. I did not get what I wanted. I did not get an E. W-O-O-F-S. We have 2 enhanced letters, but that really didn't score very much. Now, look at this. Q-U-A-S-A-R. Quasar. That will be excellent. We have 3 enhanced letters, and that got us there. Now you'll see the halcyon is very rare. Making a selected letter diamond is really unusual. That diamond would be 20 flaps by itself. I am waiting for the wild card. did get some E's. T-A, tasted. Seated. Staying. Alright, what am I missing? I need to get rid of an A and an E. That's very good. That is an 8-letter word. It scores the same as a 7-letter word. It had a lot of enhanced letters in it, and that meant it scored very high. We've been writing long words, so we might as well go for Longfellow, which will give us 10 more power if the word is 6 letters or longer. IN can create ING. So let's see if we get that. We do not. We also don't have an E, which again, we do need an E. We got an E. We need to use the A. C-H-A-F-E. That's a lot of enhanced letters, which will certainly activate that. We do not get a 6-letter word, though. It did not end in Y. Now we have INGS, so let's get rid of all of those. We are running low on discards, and we have our wild card. P-R-E-S-S-I-N-G. That will be a very high scoring word. The diamond was worth 20 flaps. Plus it activated one of our feathers. And we have reached our next store. Let's buy a kookaburra. Discard. Power out. Yes, we definitely want to get rid of sometimes Y. We can take the weirdo, a random amount of power, and we will restock once more. None of these are really great. Enhanced letter, 6 letters or longer. We'll buy a preening, and we will leave with holding on to 4 seeds. We have one more stop, one more trading post at 13. No, I see Shire there, for sure. So let's use preening to make that diamond. I-R-E-S. Shires is a 6-letter word. It has 2 enhanced letters. Our coatl activated to give us even more enhanced letters. And that really won that round for us immediately. Let's add some speckled letters. The speckled card, -1 hand size, +1 discard. So let's make these speckled. E-S-C-A. Right, of course. Escape. Very interesting. And we get to add 2 copies of that diamond wild card to the deck. So, what can we have? Any matches? Chases. That is 6 rather than 7 letters, but 6 letters should be enough. I think the collateral activated on our diamond letter, but our diamond letter is already maximum, and therefore the collateral was unable to make a change. Stop over 11, we are in the home stretch. With these diamond letters, we are very powerful. Diamond wild cards are about as good as it gets. And we've got 2 of them. A D-E-T-A-I-L-E-D, detailed. Notice that our 8-letter word gets as much power as a 7-letter word. I think it also counts towards the increasing the bonus, but I am not sure whether it does. We will take a skirling to try to keep adding those diamonds. 7-letter words. It says we've played 3. That is about as bad a hand as you could get, except for the E. In fact, the E's have been so rare that I am happy to add an extra E to the deck. And we get rid of all of those. And we got both of our diamond letters, which makes this B-L-E-S-S. Oops, sorry. Let's put that E here. Blessed. We feel blessed. We are near the end. We've just finished stop 12 of 14. We have a powerful set of feathers that should take us to the end. We have a chirp song that can make a single letter gold. Stop 13. Well, let's just use it immediately on an E. We will keep the ED and IG, and we'll see if we get an N. We did not. G-U-I-S-E-D. Is that a word? It got accepted. And our S went diamond. Got us halfway there. Retains. That is a nice 7-letter word with 2 enhanced letters in it, 4 enhanced letters in it. And now we are at our final trading post. I evaluate feathers on the power they deliver times the odds that they will activate. But first, all of these activate every time, almost every time. The enhanced letter is a little tricky. Let's get rid of weirdo. Let us restock. Don't like those. plus 5 power for each remaining discard. This will discourage us from using discards, but it is very powerful. Oh, and look, another wild card. That's fine. We will leave. Enhanced letter, discard 6 words, 6 letters or one word. We want to write a 6-letter word without using a discard. S-H-A. Quake. But Quake will be so good that I don't think we will need the 6 letters. Well, 16 short of 1500. That means that anything we do right now will get us there. We may just follow our whims. So as you can see, this is a reasonably complex but friendly game. It doesn't rush you, and if you have to stop it at any point, you can, and you can return. If it would say continue run or new run here instead of play if you stopped in the middle. I think this is a great game. I strongly recommend it. And look, there's a demo. It's free. If you have the time, spend 0 money to play this game.